So Steve was in his secret base in Ohio. He built a new portal. But instead of going to the Nether, he accidentally opened up a portal to Ohio Minecraft. Things were different here, like, for starters, all the mobs were upside down, and he saw a cow flying in the sky. He was like, what the? Then a creeper jumped over him doing backflips, and he started running. He found a villager, but the villager was like, oh my god. And then he morphed into the Skibidi Toilet. Steve was like, what the hell? What is going on here? Then text popped up that said, only in Ohio. This place was crazy. Even the water was upside down. And then Steve found this cave with a bunch of diamonds in it. But then a bunch of zombies came out at him, and he had to fight them off. But they were all upside down, except for one zombie that was charging at him. Steve was like, okay, that's not normal. And he got hit by the zombie, and he died. Then when he respawned, he was back in his world. But now there was a portal in the shape of Ohio in his base. And he was like, well, I have to go back and fix that. So he stepped into the portal with a diamond sword in his hand. When he got back to the other side, everything was still messed up. All the mobs were still upside down. Cows were still flying around. Creepers were still doing backflips. Villagers were morphing into toilets. And Steve was just like, what the hell? How do I fix this? But then he realized that this world was actually flat. There was no void. And so he thought, hey, maybe if I just build a big enough wall, I can contain whatever this is. So he started building a wall around the entire perimeter of the map. But then he ran out of blocks, and an Enderman teleported in front of him and said, you shall not pass. And Steve was like, oh yeah, well, I'm the one who builds the walls around here. And the Enderman was like, oh yeah, well, I'm the one who breaks them down. And then he destroyed the wall, and Steve was like, no, seriously, how do I fix this? And then the Enderman was like, you have to find the Upside Down King. And then he disappeared. And Steve was like, wait, really? That's the answer? Could have just told me that. But he didn't tell me that. So Steve had to figure it out on his own. So he went back to his world, which was normal again. And then he thought, where would the Upside Down King be? And then he remembered that there was a dungeon under his house, so he went to check it out. And in the dungeon, he found the Upside Down King, except it was a baby. And the Upside Down King was crying because he was separated from his mother, the Upside Down Queen. And Steve was like, well, this is actually kind of sad. And he picked up the Upside Down King and brought him back to the other world. And then the Upside Down King grew up and became the ruler of all of Ohio Minecraft. And he gave Steve a diamond crown for helping him.